A milestone I intended to mark quietly. That evening was supposed to be simple. A toast to my wife for motion surrounded by a few close friends. I had spent the day preparing, choosing a gift I knew would make her smile. A sleek silver watch she had been eyeing for months. I practiced the words I wanted to say when I raised my glass, imagining her radiant expression, the way she might lean against me in a moment of pure joy. I pictured laughter, pride, maybe even tears. What I never imagined was that the night would shatter everything I believed about us. The celebration began like any other. Music hummed softly, glasses chimed, and friends murmured and laughed throughout the room. She wore a navy dress that shimmered under the light, her hair flowing over her shoulders like silk. Each laugh drew attention, and I felt a swell of pride knowing she was mine. People came to congratulate her one by one, and I stood there smiling, feeling a quiet warmth in my chest. Then I noticed him, a man from her office, someone I had met only a handful of times. He lingered near her, his presence casual yet intimate. His hand brushed hers as they spoke, and the look she returned him sent a cold twist through my stomach. I tried to rationalize it. He was a colleague, I reminded myself. But the gaze she held for him was something I had thought belonged only to me. And then it happened. He leaned in and kissed her. Not a fleeting accidental touch. Not a playful, thoughtless mistake. A deliberate, unmistakable kiss. She met it without hesitation. The room dissolved into silence. The music, the laughter, even a murmur conversation all vanished into a hollow hum of my ears. My hands went numb. Faces around me froze. A mix of shock, confusion, and pity reflecting back at me. I didn't yell. I didn't demand an explanation. I merely watched as a realization dawned on her, her face paling, her eyes wide. Finally, my voice cut through the quiet, steady and unwavering. It's over. Her panic was immediate. The man stepped back, guilt replacing arrogance. It's over, I repeated. Each word heavy with finality. She stammered, trying to form excuses, but they fell flat, even her own ears. The kiss had been intentional, the betrayal undeniable. She collapsed, trembling as the gravity of her choice weighed down on her. Tears streaked her face. Around us, whispers rippled through crowd, some sympathetic, some paralyzed by shock. The man muttered a weak apology and slipped away, leaving her in the ruins of her own making. She reached for me, voice breaking. I didn't mean it. I don't love him. I love you. The words were hollow. Love was no longer the problem. Trust was. I shook my head, not with anger, but with exhaustion. The kind that comes when hope has finally run dry. You chose this, I said quietly. You chose him and you destroyed everything we built. She sobbed, hiding her face, the sound echoing in the room, but it no longer reached me. I had already accepted the truth. Betrayal leaves a scar that no plea can erase. Later, she came to our bedroom, eyes red, voice trembling. Please, she whispered. I can fix this. I made a mistake. Don't leave me. I love you. But love wasn't enough. Trust had been broken and some things cannot be repaired. I looked at her gently but firmly. It's already gone. I said, you lost us. Love doesn't matter without honesty. She fell silent, staring through tears that had lost all power. I stayed only long enough for her to understand what those words meant, for her to realize that the world she had taken for granted had crumbled in one irrevocable moment. The days that followed were quiet, almost haunting. She moved through the house like a shadow, weighed down by guilt, while I focused on reclaiming myself. Where the betrayal spread quickly among friends and colleagues. The humiliation was public, but the clarity it brought was private. In that silence, I found a strange peace. That night freed me from illusions. She had kissed another man in front of everyone. And in doing so, she revealed the truth I had refused to see. When I said, it's over, I wasn't just ending our marriage. I was reclaiming the part of me that had held on to lies. For the first time in years, I walked away knowing exactly who I was and